Hi everyone, today I have 5 different exercises to help build your low register tone. Playing in the low register can be frustrating when you first start, but through these exercises you will learn to develop a full, rich low register sound. Let's get started. In the description for this video, you can find a link where you can download instructions and written out sheet music for each of the exercises described in the video. I would recommend playing only 1 or 2 of these exercises each day. The idea is to give you more variety in your practice and new ideas to explore. The first exercise I have is a basic 3-note descending chromatic scale. You want to start this exercise with your best tone that day. So that might be a different note every day, but you want to find one that's comfortable when you first pick up the flute and then move to the notes that are more challenging. Once you get comfortable with a 3-note scale, you can move to a 5-note scale. Sometimes I do the 5-note scale just when I'm short on time, but I want to work through that whole bottom register of the flute. Here I am practicing with and without vibrato on each group of notes. This is just one idea for how to practice this exercise. More ideas can be found in the focused practice worksheet in the description below. The next exercise is probably my favorite exercise to do to work on any register of the flute, but specifically low register. This exercise is nothing more than just playing one note for 30 seconds. Here, I actually ended up playing one note for 60 seconds because I was just trying to get as many different color options and changes in the sound. Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, if we apply that to our low register, if you want your low register to get better or change in some way, you have to change what you're doing and the way you're playing the flute. Doing this exercise will give you the freedom to experiment with your sound and find new ways of playing in the low register. Once you're able to find a good sound in the low register, the next challenge is getting to those notes. So to work on this, we do various flexibility studies. This is a very simple Moyes or Remington study that you might have worked on in band or in your lessons. But the whole idea is that you have one pitch that you're focusing on, and you want to work on getting to that note as efficiently and smoothly as possible. Make sure to repeat any intervals that you have difficulty with. The next exercise is based on one of my favorite flute melodies. It's from the opera Norma by Bellini, and this is just a portion of the excerpt, but I just use it to work on different parts of the low register, and I've transposed it for you in all the different keys to go down to the lowest notes of the flute. I actually transpose a lot of my orchestral excerpts just to find the keys that are easier, and then I try and work to the keys that are more difficult. Not necessarily for fingerings in this, but just for finding the correct tone. For the last exercise, I've listed 5 different variations that you can do with it, but there of course are many more possibilities. I would say that this exercise is by far the most difficult of the ones that I've presented here, but it also can yield the greatest benefits. The first way that we work on it is just simply all slurred. Then I do slurred with 1 vibrato pulse per note. This can be challenging to coordinate at first, so make sure you go slowly. The third way to practice it is with isolated ha's on each note. So you don't actually use an articulation and you're separating each note. This causes you to have to find the embouchure placement for every note, and it can be really helpful to just figure out where that placement is on the note. The last three are all articulation variations, and you can use those to just help develop your double tonguing or just tonguing in the low register in general. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please write a comment below, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Happy practicing.